Hi, Erica and Krista. How y'all doing today?
Hello.
My name is Leah Selena, and I'm with the Link Entertainment. I wanted to know from you both. So, Krista, you are currently at an HBCU, Spelman College. I want to know from you, so far, what has been your favorite experience at an HBCU? And Erica, what has been your favorite experience as a parent of an HBCU student?
I'll say, well, I'm a music student, and being a music student, I'm required to be in a music group. So I'm a part of the Spelman College Glee Club. So I've had some really great experiences, performance experiences with them. And I'll say my favorite moment, every year, the Spelman College Glee Club and the Morehouse Glee Club, we do a joint performance for Christmas, Christmas Carol. And last year, my mom came to perform with the Glee Club, and we sang together. I think that has probably been my favorite college moment so far. Mom?
You know, I would agree. Seeing her, you know, in her element, and I am adding to what she does, was just really, really amazing. She sang with me many times, but me being able to sing with her in the Glee Club and see her influence and see, you know, how she is operating in this college life was just, you know, makes me a little sad because my little girl's gone. She's a young woman now, but I'm very, very honored to be her mom and just to watch her shine.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. Thank you. Question?
Hello, Erica. This is David Evans of Big TV Network. I love California Worship Center.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I've been there several times. Your husband's a wonderful friend. And I'm excited. When you're singing with your daughter and making history, how do you feel about passing the torch to her and letting her lead during the next generation?
I knew Krista could sing at 9 months old. We would go in rooms and people would say she's such a light as a little girl. So my prayer has always been, let me take good care of this light. Let me not squash it. Let me put her in positions to flourish. Let me hear her voice and let her understand that I have confidence in her voice. Not trying to be me, but totally being her unique self, who God created her to be, which is different from me and what I've been able to do with my sister. So I'm proud to be able to care for and nurture and coach someone like Krista.
It's very important, you know, during this generation to see her. She may be the next president. She's in that position, man, to do some amazing things, and I feel so blessed to see you tonight making history.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, over here on this side.
Hello, so my name is Tiara. I'm with Miss T. Drake, and so I'm curious now, Krista, that you go to Spelman, representing ATL, that's where I'm from. But would you say tonight, after performing, would you say tonight was more about legacy or innovation when it comes to the significance of HBCU culture?
Well, I think it's innovation because I am the first in my family to go to an HBCU. All my parents went to college, but you know, music kind of got in the way. So they've kind of told me, like, I'm the first one, you have to finish. Like, you're going to go to school, but you got to be the first to finish. So I think that it's about innovation and forging a new path for my siblings, for my little cousins, for all the people that are watching.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then, Mom,
Yes.
I'm just curious. Shameless plug, I do have a podcast called Girls on Another Level.
Yes.
So I'm just curious, in your own words, what does being a girl on another level mean to you?
It is wonderful and scary. It is powerful and nerve-wracking, you know, because when you're the first, people don't have a reference point.
Right.
And so they're not always open to receiving something new. But it is a position I've been in plenty times. Sometimes I would like for God to give me something that everybody already likes, but He never does. It's always something that has never been done, something new, where I have to break new ground, and I feel like I'm equipped and prepared for it. So that message goes out to everyone doing something new, where you have to create it, you have to fund it sometimes, and you have to convince people of why they need it and what impact it will have on the world. That is not an easy job, but God gives me strength. I believe He gives me the grace to do every assignment He's given to me. So I do it with honor.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I pray that you will continue success with both.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Great questions. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much to our beautiful and gracious performers.
All right, so what I wanted to do is, one, have a moment, because she was actually surprised. She did not know she was getting this incredible scholarship from Thurgood Marshall for $20,000 to support her in her journey at Fayetteville State University. And she's a sophomore bio major, and I'd love for her to speak to you specifically about her journey and how proud we are of her.
Can you tell us your name, beautiful?
Alyssa Henson. I want to start by saying thank you so much. I wasn't expecting this at all. This is such a great help to my family. My mom is a single mom and she's paying for my education all by herself, so this really takes a load off of my family. And just thank you so much.
Beautiful. What an incredible moment. Questions? Comments? Words of encouragement?
Congratulations on your donation.
Thank you.
Tell me where you see yourself 5 years after college.
I plan to go to nursing school. I want to become a neonatal nurse. So, yeah, I plan to finish my bachelor's and then go to nursing school and then hopefully be a neonatal nurse. There we go.
Well, then you can come back and work here at Children's National Medical Center.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your time to be here with us and to inspire everyone.
I'm gonna have my kids come up.
Yes, come on up, y'all.
I didn't get a chance to say what up, y'all. How y'all doing? What's happening?
All right.
It means even more because my kids who presented me, Nigel is a Howard alum, and Zion is a current senior at North Carolina A&T. So this is a full circle moment, and it just means so much to get this award from my own folks, right? I talk about how too often we seek validation from everybody else, right? You look past the folks that are right next to you. You look past the folks that might have been supporting you your whole career, your whole life. You look past your own community because you think the validation of somebody else is what you need to be successful. I see that happen all the time, especially in Hollywood. People think, oh, I need to get to so-and-so, I need to be a so-and-so. Sometimes you need to make sure that you are supporting and being supported by the folks that are right there with you. So to be here and to have my own community, to have my kids who understand the power of an HBCU, it meant everything. It was a full circle, like a homegoing moment. So I'm happy to answer any other questions, but I wanted to make sure I said it.
Okay, questions, please.
Xavier University alumna and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority sister.
Well, it's nice to see you again. It's been 10 years.
Good to see you. Where did we see each other?
It was at about last night, red carpet.
Ah, what city?
Here, DC.
In DC, no doubt, no doubt.
So I want you to talk about how has attending FAMU changed your life as far as being part of an HBCU family?
Well, you know what? I found my voice at FAMU. Clearly, like I was always a high achieving student. That's actually how I ended up at FAMU. I made good grades, good test scores, and I was headed to an Ivy because I thought that's what you did. HBCU was not on my radar. And FAMU had a legendary visionary president named Dr. Frederick S. Humphreys, who has passed. And Dr. Humphreys went out and through the support of corporations like some of the very ones that are supporting this event, he went out and he got money to support the highest achieving African Americans in the country to come to FAMU. And he came and he recruited me like I was a D1 athlete. He literally came and sat in my living room and said, we want you to come to FAMU and this is why. This is what we're gonna offer and this is how we're gonna take care of you. It's gonna be a safe place and we're gonna foster your excellence. And I ended up at FAMU and I found my voice. I wouldn't be a filmmaker because that wasn't on my radar. And I went there and I met a brother named Rob Hardy, and Rob, his dream was to be the next Spike Lee. His dream, why did you do that? His dream was to be the next Spike Lee or the next Hughes Brothers. And I helped him while at FAMU to make Chocolate City, which was our very first movie, which my daughter was talking a little trash about. It wasn't that bad, actually. It was...
Compared to your current work.
Yeah, well, that's a very political answer. And also true. I can't argue with that. But yeah, so that's why I found my voice as a filmmaker, by making a movie for the students. And to this day, Chocolate City is the first nationally distributed film shot at an HBCU by HBCU students. So, I'm still very proud of that.
It was your rough draft, bro. It was just a rough draft.
Listen, I tell filmmakers all the time, when you're out, and this goes for writers as well, my daughter is a writer, you kind of got to get going because you can't expect your first thing to be amazing. So like, get it out, like do something, you know? Don't wait till you think that you're just so ready to do the perfect project. Do stuff. You're gonna get better as you go along. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. My name is Leah Selena, and I'm with the Link Entertainment. I absolutely love that we get to see your growth. We get to see the amazing movies that you get to do, all the amazing stars. We see you doing all this great work in the world, and yet you always put on for FAMU. When I think FAMU, I think Will Patton.
Thank you.
So I just want to know from you, how important do you think it is for people to attend HBCUs, not just for the growth of Black people as a community, but for the growth of this country as a whole?
Yeah, you know, I talked about it a little bit on the stage. It's when we support us, right? The thing that I found at FAMU was a safe space to be me. It wasn't an easy space. It wasn't a non-competitive space. It was very competitive. Contrary to a lot of popular belief, HBCUs are some of the most diverse, competitive environments that you will find yourself in. Before I went to FAMU, I was always the Black kid in the AP classroom, in the honors classroom. I was like one of maybe 2 or 3. I stood out, and I use that to my advantage because the teachers, the other kids, they didn't think, you know, they underestimated me. I took advantage of that. When I went to FAMU, everybody looked like me. I wasn't underestimated, and they were like, listen, we smart too. Like, just because you're the smart Black kid, I am, now what, and what, right? And I had to find my way. And so what people don't understand is that environment is very competitive, but it's also safe. I never worried about walking into a room and feeling like the way that I look, whatever my last name might be, you know, the church that I went to, grew up in, none of that was going to be held against me. And many folks who go in other environments, they do feel like that. And especially right now, when we can't control what, as I said, who resides at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We can't control, you know, who is controlling the House of Representatives and the Senate. You can go out and vote, you can make your voice heard, but ultimately this country is this country, right? But what you can control is what we do for each other. We can't control who you're working with, who you give your time to, who you give your money to, who you give your resources to. We can control that. So that's why it's important for us. HBCUs aren't for everybody, but for those folks who are looking for a safe, competitive environment where you can go and be you and find your voice in a different way than you can anywhere else, an HBCU might be for you. That certainly was my story.
Thank you.
Right here.
My first thoughts about an HBCU when I was growing up was Cosby Show in a Different World. Tell me how those things, or those 2 shows per se, impacted your college journey, and if it mirrored those opportunities and stuff that those actors actually portrayed.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because media is so powerful. It's so powerful, and especially for the younger generation. They believe they can be what they see. And I can tell them that you can fly to the moon, but if nobody that looks like them has ever flown to the moon, I can tell them that you can go and be a big Hollywood film producer, but if nobody that looks like them, I can tell them you can be a owner of a football team, but if they can't see it, right? And so that's the power of media and the moving image. And that is one of the reasons why I do what I do. I take my responsibility as a filmmaker very, very seriously. And the images that I portray, and you know, my goal is to show a wide range of images. I don't want, because that's who we are as a people. So I don't want people that are all bad and all good. That's not us. We are everything, you know? And so when people see something, they believe it. And you talk about Cosby Show, right? For many, many people, that was the first time you saw a wealthy, a upper class Black family, 2 doctors. Like, that was not something that was coming into our homes every day. That definitely influenced me to say it's possible. Same with A Different World. One of the proudest moments that I have continuously is when people come up to me and say, they went to an HBCU, or their children or nieces or nephews went to an HBCU because they saw Stomp the Yard. And I have that happen. They say, you know what, they saw it and it looked cool. An HBCU looked cool. They wanted to go to Truth University. That was a university and it was fictional, and they had to, sometimes the parents had to explain to the kids there is no Truth University, right? But that's what movies do. And so it's the power of the medium that I respect and that I understand, and that's what you're alluding to, and you are absolutely right.
I got Stomp the Yard, Drumline.
Yes,
all of those movies.
no question, absolutely.
All right, one more question.
David Evans, President TV Network. You know, growing up today with children in our culture, what is the most important thing you told your kids growing up? Because I see them looking at them, I can see they were raised right. I see that respect, I see that integrity, I see that love. But what is the most important thing you did with your kids growing up?
Wow. What you think, Nigel? What you think, Nigel? You know, it's interesting because you think your kids aren't listening to you. You know, and I know a lot of parents can understand that. You think that, you know, you're just talking to the air. But they say things to me now that I realize, oh, y'all were listening, you know? One of the things that I constantly showed them was to show them your greatness. That's what I would say. When they would leave the house every morning, show them your greatness. Show them your greatness. Them is the world, everybody out there. And I wouldn't say show them that you're good, show them that you're kind of okay. I would say show them your greatness. Don't try to be great. That implies you're already great, now go show them. And that was something that I wanted to embed in them from an early age. So, I don't know if it worked or not. But
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I think you're doing a pretty good job right now.
They're pretty great. I'm proud of these kids, so yes.
Okay, well, since we have you both here, let's hear from you guys, Zion and
Nisha.
Yes.
Thank you.
What am I talking about?
Yeah, go ahead, Zion. So, just talk about the legacy of being, you know, the son to Will Packer, and how that inspired you to perhaps, you know, explore HBCU education.
Well, I definitely say I went to North Carolina A&T because, of course, he went to FAMU. I actually toured FAMU, but I did find that North Carolina A&T was better in a lot of you know,
I failed my children. I failed.
Here's the most black engineers in the country. But in all seriousness, that was a big aspect for me going to HBCUs, and then also seeing the connections that he had attending FAMU. So I was like, I think that HBCU can give me the best opportunity for success, put me in the community, give me a little bit of culture from going to a private school, PWI. And yeah, and so far it's worked out. Lots of opportunities have opened up, and it's been a great life.
Well said, and let's hand the microphone to your sister, the graduate.
Yes.
You're back home.
I am a Howard University alum. Yes, I feel like as far as going to an HBCU, I mean, what he has been saying, you know, on the stage and just now is like maybe 1% of what we've heard growing up. But not even just what he would say, but also the people he would surround himself with, you know, my aunts and my uncles. It's like, this was my roommate at FAMU, this is my line brother, da 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 da. And so you can see just the amazing community that was fostered and the lifelong bonds that he created while he was at school. And I always just thought that was so amazing, and I could see that it was just real love and real support and real community, and I definitely wanted to be connected to that. So that's at least one of the reasons why I went. The other reason is just seeing him be so driven and successful, and him crediting that to the HBCU environment, the way his peers would push him and kind of motivate him. It's like, you know, iron sharpening iron, black excellence. So I really wanted to be connected to that, and I just think he did a great job of exemplifying what it means to be an HBCU grad. So basically, I just wanted to be like my dad. I was School of Communications, and I majored in Media, Journalism, and Film.
Okay.
And I was computer science.
Awesome.
Good job, y'all.
Yay, you.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna take one more
Picture?
picture
Okay.
with the award.
And then we will thank you for all of your gracious time. Okay, everybody, look
I'll
at
slide to the right. Okay.
All right, right in the middle. We got them in the middle there?
Yeah.
All right, looking straight ahead in the middle. You got your shot? Okay, to your right.
Very good. I want you to talk about your tribute tonight at the HBCU Honors, what it meant to you personally.
Man, it took me back to everyone who I know personally, who represents the Divine Nine, who has been very impactful to me, my career and my life. I always joke and say that I'm an honorary Delta gent because my godmama's a Delta. Nah, I mean, I'm honored. I think I'm the president at this point. So my godmama's a Delta. My teacher, my English teacher from high school, Miss Argue, who made me perform for the first time ever. She's a Delta. My English professor's a Delta. My wife's a Delta. So I've been surrounded by just brilliance and like excellence and know-how and that go get it, and they've always just encouraged me. So I wouldn't be who I am without these incredible people in my life, and without members of the Divine Nine. So to pay homage tonight, it was an honor.
And for me, there's a level of power in the way that these 9 organizations provide service to our community and to our culture, and the way they lift and bright light and highlight Black excellence. For me, the way we lift, and especially in these times, especially when there are policies that are directly against what we do, directly against speaking about Blackness and the way we move as a community, as a family. For me, paying tribute to the Divine Nine is a direct protest to anyone telling us not to be who we are. So tonight was more than just, it was an honor, and it was the tribute, and it was the beauty, but it's highlighting that service that is an objective, and the objectivity of administration, a new administration that's coming, that doesn't want to see us shine. So tonight was powerful for me, and a source of freedom.
All right, well said, well said. Another question right here. Thank you.
Hello again. How are you?
Hello there.
My name is Leah Selena from the Link Entertainment. Prior to meeting you both today, I had no idea that you were married. And when I found that out, I said, wow, that's really beautiful for you to have the gift of doing poetry and the gift of singing, and you can merge those two together and do something powerful in the world.
Thank you.
Can you just share with us some of the keys that you feel like it takes to bond together with your spouse and work together in harmony and do something great?
I mean, it starts with the energy. I mean, when a person is a one, you just know it, you feel it, and then from there you start to build and get to know each other and find out you have all these commonalities, and I know for me personally, I rest well. Like life is stressful, life is hard, life can be traumatic, and Tari has always been my peace. She's always been, when I'm in the fight, I come home and she like, it's all good, go hit him again. Like we gonna keep fighting, we gonna keep persevering. So to be able to create together, because that's really how we met. We met at a jazz club in Chicago where I would do poetry. It was called Rituals, and I was actually there the first night. They started a Thursday night. Tari started to pursue her singing career. So I was there the first night she sang, and I was on my way out, and she was like, I'm about to sing, you stick around? And I stuck around. You want to add?
His version of the story is slightly different than mine.
That's the Love Jones version.
But working together, there is something about the way music opens up your spirit. And to be able to find that space with another human being on earth it's been a beautiful process. And to be able to bring it to a stage like the HBCU Honors, and to pay tribute to the Divine Nine with that gift, and that in itself shows how you can open the spirit, how you can unify a community of people with just, art, and how, people may, I do understand that sometimes art gets they're underestimated, but art has been the one thing that has kept everything moving, from the civil rights movement to everything that we've done just as a people. And for me, I feel like this is our contribution to that moment, to that movement, because it's a movement. I think art is a movement, and you have to have a level of courage to work individually, but then a level of courage to work together. And I will, the honesty, the raw space is that it's not always easy. It is not always easy, but we always find peace in it.
Beautifully said. Well, with that said, we want to bring up members of the Divine Nine for a photo and see if you would like to have a few words about the amazing tribute tonight.
Do you want all of it?
Yes. Come on in, come on in.
We all come in.
If we can kind of maybe circle around. Can we do a either number on each side? Let's see. Can we all fit? Yeah, I think we. Okay, so if we can do this, if everybody can kind of give me a shoulder on this side, that's right. And see, y'all know how to follow instructions and get information.
We done took this picture 1,000 times.
Okay.
Everybody knows the shoulder picture.
So we're gonna look straight ahead. In the center, do we need to tighten in a little bit? Is it possible to maybe take a couple rows back? So we can get this photo?
Thank you. I am Elsie Cocombs, International President and Chair of the Board of Directors for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And thank you, Jay Ivy, for all of your tributes, and thank you to my Sarah. I just want to say, in addition to the organizations that you see here, you see part of the Divine Nine. All of us were up there on that stage. Our brothers and sisters are lost. I think they're upstairs still in the audience. Right. So we have here, we have Alpha Phi Alpha, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Delta Sigma Theta, Phi Beta Sigma, Zeta Phi Beta, Sigma Gamma Rho, and Iota Phi Theta. So the other half are up there, but they were all represented here. And the president of our council, Chris Ray, who's also the international president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, was here with us, along with Stacy N.C. Grant, who is the international president of Zeta Phi Beta. She is the vice chair of the council. And Marika Harris, who's president of Sigma Gamma Rho, is here, along with representatives of all of the other organizations. So this has been an amazing time, and I personally think that this came right on time. Our organizations have been working hard under the moniker of D9 Stronger Together through this election cycle, doing the work that we do year in and year out, because our work isn't around service, but is also around social action and the importance of getting out the vote. So we've been working super, super hard. So I'll have to tell you, this tribute that you provided tonight, and being here to see the Black excellence here at HBCU Honors, there is nothing like it, because we know that we are stronger together, not only the D9, but us as a people. So we have to continue to lift each other up, and that's what we will continue to do, and we will continue to do. We will continue to fight day in, day out, year in, year out. We're not going anywhere. We're on the front lines, and we are going to keep being on the front lines for justice, for service, and for uplift for our communities.
Thank you all for being here, and thank you for coming by.
Matt, please tell me, what's your musical inspiration? What inspires you, sir?
What inspires me? Well, I can tell you who was the first individual to inspire me. It was Jamie Foxx. Okay. I literally used to sit when I still had dial-up internet. I ain't gonna tell you how many times my mama cussed me out. Yeah, you hear me? She literally used to get on my top because I would be on YouTube for hours on end, watching all of his specials, watching him sing, just his entire aura, his being. It's something about just that old down south country like soul. You know what I mean? You can tell that he was raised in the church, and hence was I. So yeah, that was my inspiration. That's what started me there. Then I went to an advanced school in elementary. I used to play the violin. I played violin for like 7 years. Wow. So my instructor in first grade, his name is Joe Cripps. He's passed on now. One of the hardest individuals I think I've ever met in my life, right? But he taught me that music had to be a part of your being if you were going to do it. So I've been following it ever since.
Next question. Oh, excuse me. Next question right here.
Hi, Dorothy Roger, this is Roger with you.
How you doing?
Talk about your thoughts of performing tonight and what it feels like to be here at this year's honors.
I was a little black boy in Wrightsville, Arkansas, and I used to watch BET, and I always told my mom, one day I'm gonna be on the stage on BET, and tonight that happened. So to say that I'm honored would be a disrespectful understatement. I've been chasing, or not necessarily chasing, I have been actively moving towards the same goal my entire life, right? Ever since 2-3 years old, like I've literally been in love with music. And so to share the stage tonight with, you know, a plethora of amazing artists, it was, I can't even literally find the words, man. Like it was really amazing. I thank God. I thank all of my support system, you know, my amazing team. I got Rhonda Aaron, aka Boss Lady, here with me, an amazing black woman. My father used to always tell me that if you want to win in life, you got to get a bunch of black women around you that care about you, right? And that's one of those women. So she makes this really easy for me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Next question. Anybody? Next question. All right. Oh, go ahead.
David Evans here, Pick TV Network. You know, being a leader to this next generation that's before you, a lot of people are looking up to you. What are the biggest characteristics of a character that you want to portray to the next generation?
Never allow someone on the outside of the vision to distract you from it. There are going to be people that are in your life that try to deter you from your dreams, and it may not even necessarily be because they don't want you to achieve them, but it's because they're living in fear, right? And they allow fear to stop them from chasing it. So in order to essentially save you from the hurt of chasing that, they'll try to deter you from that, right? So if you have a dream, if you have something that you believe in, if you have something in your soul, and every day you wake up and that's all you think about, go get it.
And what do you tell, again, for your craft? A lot of people say faith without works is dead, which is true. But what about putting the work in? Have you just learned that secret? You just can't have the faith, but you got to have the works too, putting the work in so you can get the result out of what you do.
It's just like working out. You know, in order to get stronger, you have to work every day. You know, you may have a couple rest days, but if you want to get stronger, you have to lift heavier weights, right? It's the exact same thing in every other space of your life. If you don't work towards the things that you say that you actually want, do you actually want them? You know, if you allow the no's to stop you, do you actually want it? You know, so every single day that I wake up, I do something to progress me towards what it says that I want to do, which is to be one of the greatest R&B artists to ever live. So that's, I wake up every day with that energy.
Awesome. Any other questions?
Thank you to Mac Royal.
Hi, Mike. Team Rogers with the Rogers Review. Talk to us about the aftermath of your performance and what led you to be part of this year's HBCU Honors.
So I think this was the manifestation of a whole lot of prayer and some good relationships. A friend of mine who was in the presidential suite at the Kennedy Center doing a performance that I was a part of with the National Symphony Orchestra knew some of the folks who were putting on this performance, and they said to my friend, her, And so they said, oh yeah, I'll get you her contact information, and the rest is history.
Awesome. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, next question.
Hi, Imani. Girl, you working the dress. Yeah, everybody can't pull that off. But
Oh my goodness.
My name is Leah Selena, and I'm with the Link Entertainment. You are the HBCU Rising Star. What does being an HBCU Rising Star mean to you?
Well, HBCUs are kind of synonymous with stars, in my opinion. I think there's just an influx of us throughout all of the hallways and all of the various programs. I was almost a little too overwhelmed when I first got to Howard University. I called my mom, I was like, Mom, everybody here bad. They all got it. And she's like, well, baby, you're there on purpose. And so it's truly an honor to be handpicked as I was today, but it feels more divine than anything.
Thank you so much. Anybody else?
So, you are a Howard alum?
Yes.
Okay. What was your major and what was your inspiration?
My major was jazz studies. I first entered Howard as a biology major. Okay. I love science. Yes. Okay, so you about to graduate?
Yes.
Hey, come on. You're almost there. And they had auditions for the music department, and I was like, okay, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. And so there was a beloved person there in the department who was one of my mother's students back in Minneapolis, Alicia McKinney, who unfortunately has transitioned. And my mom was like, okay, talk to Alicia and see what she says. And she spoke very highly of the program. She too also, she graduated from Howard Music Department. And it was, I think, so far the best decision I have made next to choosing Jesus Christ.
I love your light and I love your energy. Do you see yourself acting, or do you see yourself in musicals, maybe Broadway shows and plays?
Yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. I started in musical theater. I was a theater kid all my life growing up, a part of the National Thespian Honor Society, and would love to find my way back to the Broadway stage, or Broadway themed stage, and eventually Broadway. That would be, yes, so you better speak that.
It's yours.
Thank you. Yay!
Any other questions? Questions?
I'm sorry.
All right.
Since you mentioned you're a theater kid,
Yes.
what's your favorite theater, drama, or musical?
So, ironically enough, it's about to be released. I saw Wicked in Chicago my senior year of high school, and it kind of changed my idea of performance and how transformative we have to be on stage and off stage. I got a chance to speak with some of the cast members, and some of their routines that play a big part in their just readiness. My mother always says, stay ready so you know to get ready. And from then I looked at the production very differently. So I cannot wait to see it in theaters. Yes.
All right. Any more questions? All right, let's get.
Oh, well, okay, so I did play Dorothy in the Wiz. I loved it. I played April the first time and then Dorothy the second time. It wasn't twice. So yeah, the Wiz too.
Awesome. Let's give her a round of applause.
Okay, Kim is gonna give us some photos here.
Crazy outfit on. Are you serious?
Right there,
We're taking a picture in this outfit. This is from Rainbow.
I mean, you could have kept the purple on so we could match, but
Right?
And for me, please.
Well, you do match the background quite well in the Google Media Lounge.
Yeah. Thank you.
You still cute. That's you in it. Yes, girl. Okay, let me just fix your hair. But you know you cute no matter what you got.
My friend who worked with me, you were Yeah, see Mickey.
Okay, that's what's up.
So we gotta send somebody.
You gonna spend some money?
Did you get it?
Yeah. Okay. You can trust me.
Oh, I'm gonna check.
Yes. Okay, you guys.
That is your arm.
oh,
I don't know if I like this hair.
You don't know? I think it's fun.
The hair was fun.
It looks fun.
It look good.
It look good on air.
So how many wigs can you buy for
So let's
300.
quickly. Okay, y'all in the picture. Okay, let's get in the center. Our Getty team.
I got it. We got it.
You got it? Okay. So let's ask him just maybe 2 questions.
It's up to y'all. I don't need a chair, but
you don't need it? Okay.
Because that little walk, that little jack
questions
that walk, thought I needed a chair.
All right, because we have to go, we want to go ahead and make this quick. So Kim,
yes, ma'am.
Tell us about why you felt it was important to do this event and why this event is important for the culture.
Ooh, why did I chose to do this event because my rent was due. No, oh no, it's about to get that bag. No, it's not. Because I chose to do this event because I went to HBCU, and the truth is I didn't want to go to an HBCU. So back in the day when I went to Fisk University, it wasn't popular. HBCUs were not popular. I went to White high school, and I was like, I'm going to Cornell, and my mama heard me. She was like, no, you're not. You're going to Fisk University. I was like, I don't know nobody at that school. I don't know that school. And well, my grandparents had gone to that school, and my aunts and uncles and cousins, and it just wasn't popular. But let me tell you something. Once I got down to Fisk, I thanked my parents. It was just important, the friendships, the teachers, and I mean that because at a bigger school, I wouldn't have gotten the help. I was like a strong C student. But the teachers took the time, you know? I got to know all my teachers, knew all my friends. It was just a family. The HBCU, I didn't understand it. My brother was at Cornell, transferred to Howard. Graduated, both my brothers came to Howard. My daddy ain't let me go to Howard because he said I'd have been I'd have been fast. So he sent me down to a smaller HBCU, but we are all proud of it. My parents went to Kent State University, and they said they wish they'd have gone to HBCU, so they made sure we went to one. So in order to host this event, I want to make sure I put my face on an event like this so other black children will understand, hey, maybe I'll go to an HBCU.
All right, and last question, just because you mentioned black children, back in the day, A Different World was our inspiration for going to an HBCU in addition to our parents. What will something like this, how will something like this inspire the next generation of HBCU graduates?
I thought you were going to say the first 48. I was like, okay, no. Seeing a show like this, which I didn't get to see, but you'll get to see the success stories that came out of. We don't hear about that, they don't put that in the news. But on a show like this, we are highlighting graduates from an HBCU. The one lady that had 17 degrees, I was like, I didn't think that was possible. But it will encourage our children and other generations to, because that's what we need. We need enrollment. So people don't understand, we need enrollment into these schools. I know Fisk University needs enrollment, and that's what happens, especially with state funded different things. We need, and that's what I always say, you go to an HBCU and then do your graduate, at another school. But you got to get that foundation. And I think this show right here is going to really show people how much fun it is and what type of people graduate from there. And I'd just like to say, I can't believe you just gave me 2 questions, but it's cool.
I know, that's right. And I lied, I got one more for you.
One more. This was what I'm saying, they put this show together well. It was a lot of moving parts. It's only the second time they've done it. I've done a lot of shows, and I thought this was pretty good for their second time. There were some balls dropped, but the crew and the people they had working, they was picking up these balls and running around and making up stuff and made it happen. So I was impressed. The director, the showrunner, it was really great.
All right, last question, and then Tasha has something. Given the political climate that we're in right now, how do shows like this change the narrative of the black community?
You had to bring up politics. I can't even turn on my TV.
That's right.
Given the atmosphere of politics right now, it's tough. And HBCU honors, I hope that what it was going to do is, what it will do on December 1st, is give people hope. That's the thing that I think after these elections, we all lost hope. We don't know what the future's going to bring. But watching a show like this, we're like, dang, we can still do this, because HBCUs are really about us. We can get in there, we can still get our degrees, we can do what we got to do no matter what's going on in the outside world. So I'm hoping that this show will inspire a generation to go to an HBCU.
Yay!
Oh, that was good. Wendell James, are you laughing at what I'm saying, or are you choking?
So I have one special moment.
Yes.
In the spirit of what tonight is all about, there is a young lady in the audience who has covered you as a journalist since she was a small child, who is now Harmony Bailey.
You were little. You weren't supposed to be on the carpet.
Yes, and she's a student here right now. So I just wanted to have a full circle moment and have a moment with you and Harmony.
That's pretty amazing, because you see people, they put their kids and they want to do this. The little kid on the carpet, hi, my name is Bailey. Why are you an actress? And you're like, Lord have mercy, but you don't think that they're going to stay in it, because kids find so many other things to do. Congratulations for hanging in there.
Can I show you?
Yes, she's going to show me something. Why am I so loud?
I really cannot take it. I want to hit your face. You want me to talk about the YWCA? Well, it's a very important program for kids such as yourself, young children, to have a place to go for...
Is that my first movie next Friday?
Who are your parents? Who in the world? I think I know your daddy. Cutest little thing. Any last words? You keep doing your thing, baby, okay? You shoot for the stars. And thank you very much.
Still shooting for the stars, like you said.
You bet.
See, you inspired that baby long time.
One question for Harmony.
I need the video.
Yes.
Somebody give me that video of her and we're watching the video.
Yeah.
So I can put it together. But I'm gonna need you to get on your knees like you little. No. I believe you know what that was. Was that next Friday?
No, so that was Elder Barge's event. You know,
it was Elder Barge's event? I was trying to get with him, wasn't I?
I don't know, maybe my dad? Uh-oh. You said you knew my dad.
Cut.
So one question for Harmony.
So,
okay, you want to? Okay.
You were just talking about hope and how it intersects with HBCU culture. As a student going to Howard University every single day, what advice do you have for us students when we are losing hope, when it's hard to keep going? What is something that we should always keep with us to keep going?
First of all, I need you to ask the question in that voice, the baby voice. Wow, that, you know what, that's tough, because it is difficult. Because I remember when I was in college, there were dark days. And at Fisk, at the time I was there, we had no heat, no electricity. Some students, we just stayed there and stayed in it. But what I found, that's when I got my first Bible. My mother sent me my first Bible. And that's what I did. I started reading the Bible and I started praying. I wasn't like going to church and all that, but I was like, and I really found strength in that. But I would say, and with a big university like this, it could be very difficult, but you really have to find a good group of friends. Like, not a whole bunch, not, but just, that's my phone. Somebody's probably just robbing my house right now. Just not gonna look at it. Somebody can break it in right now. But when I think about how I got by, I had Stu, Stephanie, these are my girls. And when we just got together in our dorm rooms, talked about it. And we went out and we hung out and we knew there was no other choice. We gotta make it. What else you gonna do? You gonna go back home?
No.
That's the whole thing.
No other option.
There is no other option. You gotta make it through. So you just find a way.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta pray, get some good friends, and talk to them about, say, what's your problem today? Well, my problem is, what's your problem? You broke up with somebody? And you what I think about is university that kids don't understand. The university and these HBCUs or colleges, they are only small societies that represent the world. It is really, I don't remember nothing on college. I don't remember not one class. But I remembered how to get along with people, how to pledge, how to run for office. I learned so much in that small society. It's just getting you ready for the world. So whatever you go through, you're gonna take it with you, and you're gonna have the same problems in the world. But once you know how to get through it in college, you're gonna know how to get through it in the world.
Thank you.
Was that deep?
Yes. Very great. Thank you so much. Woo!
What's your daddy doing?
All right.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
I gotta follow you and see what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, please get your email or something.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
Round of applause, everybody.
I was still the same size. Okay. Thank y'all so much.
Closing time? We just got the word. It's closing time. Time to go. You ain't got to go home, but see, this is the black church. We everywhere. Okay? Call and respond. No. What the end of that sentence is. Okay. So you guys, I just want to say, for myself, for my incredible team, you guys, nobody does this alone. This is a team sport. It takes so many people working so hard and all pulling in the same direction to, make something like tonight happen. And you all are a part of that. We would not be successful without you. And there's still more work to do. We appreciate you being here. We look forward to seeing all of your amazing content and your posts. We ask that you kindly tag and hashtag HBCU Honors. Help us push this through the tape, guys. This is just the first leg of the relay. We still have to do tune in. So let's encourage everybody in the circle of our networks, within the sound of our voices, within the circle of our influence, to join us on BET on December 1st to celebrate Black excellence and the legacy and the rich history of HBCUs. So with that, I am going to, with love and appreciation, but with a very firm request, say goodnight and let us clear the room so that our wonderful hosts at Howard University can actually wrap out and get home to their families. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to my team.